Welcome back, everyone. My name is Ember, and today we are continuing our One Piece journey with Volume 60. This is all post-war arc stuff, chapters 585 to 594. So this opens with a bunch of the different antics that Luffy, Ace, and Sabo get up to, and goes all the way up through Luffy's message to his crew and sounding in the new era. But first, let's take a look back at this little flashback here. I really liked what they did with Sabo here as a little kid who basically immediately starts to see through the bullshit of the rich upper class that he was born into, the millionaire scumbags who see everyone else as beneath them, and him just completely rejecting that because he sees people like Luffy and Ace as people, not just as people but as brothers, essentially. That scene of the exchanging the drinks was really cool. Really appreciated that. But yeah, Oda does not lay off of rich people at all in this one. He's going all the fucking. There was one line in particular, I posted it on Twitter, where one of the rich people was like, well, why did they? It was their fault for being born poor in the first place. And it's shocking how often, I'll see just shit on social media of people's arguments for how people should not be poor essentially boil down to, just be poor. Why are you being poor? Just stop, or just don't be poor. Just don't be poor. Why are you being poor? It's your fault that you're poor. Just don't be poor. And it's just as infuriating there as it is in this manga. Yes. Some real scummy rich people. Very good writing on Oda's part, but really captures that essence of class divide, and I'm shocked at how ahead Oda was on the discourse, as one might say. And then just also in general, the world building for the kingdom of Goa was really nice as well. We had Highland, this very, again, parallels to other Shonen Jump stuff. It reminds me of how Black Clover's kingdom eventually developed, or at least that's how I remember it being. I haven't read Black Clover in a while, but it does remind me a little bit of that, with the rich people right in the middle, and then the middle class people outside, and the poor people outside of that, and then outside of that you have the really poor people who are just literally in the trash. They live in the trash, and so the rich people view them as trash, and have no problem just setting the trash on fire to make the really rich people who are coming to the island for a few days, to impress them. So, yeah. Oda does not have a very positive view of the one percenters, as it appears. It is the correct view. But yeah, he's just going all in on it, and I'm here for it. And then, of course, just the general camaraderie amongst Luffy, Ace, and Sabo really puts a solid character and emotional through line through all of this right up until Sabo getting sunk by the Celestial Dragon's ship just because he got in the way. A quick end to his pirate journey. I mean, I'll be honest, I've seen figures of him, so I know he's not dead. In particular, I should have brought it over here, but I saw a picture of him in like a set of three of like Luffy, him, and Law, like holding the cups, kind of like they did when they were younger. But yeah, interested in seeing how he escapes from that. So that looks cool. Yeah, really enjoyed this flashback arc. Eventually leading to Ace and Luffy just constantly trying to get stronger, and then all of this eventually leading back to the present day of Luffy realizing how little progress he's made, or at least how little progress he thinks he's made. He doesn't think he's anywhere close to being king of the pirates. And it takes a little bit of Jinbei knocking some sense into him, trying to make him remember what he still has left in his life, even though he's lost Ace, and it's his crew. This is probably one of my favorite spreads from One Piece so far. This one is... yeah, it's just good stuff. Luffy being... all of these little character moments that have happened countless times in the past 60 volumes, in the past almost 600 chapters, are all building up and converging at this moment, and really sells it. And I'm looking forward to seeing Luffy bounce back, along with all the other Straw Hats. I found the Where Are They Now, or what happened to the other Straw Hat segments, I found them fairly engaging. Very wordy, because, I mean, Oda's trying to cram in a ton of details without each story taking a whole chapter. But, yeah, I think they worked overall. I think, in particular, I mean, I'm always a sucker for Nami's stuff, but in particular, her stuff with the sky, the Sky Island that she lands on with all the weather wizards. I think she's really connecting back with how she sees part of herself in Luffy there. Just sort of losing someone who's so important to you and just doing whatever it takes to get them back. Then on the next page, it's like, haha, I was just tricking you, huh? But then, like, at the very bottom, the wizard points out that she hasn't stopped crying yet, so... nice little moment there. If you haven't been able to tell over the past 2 months, I really like Nami. I vibe with her a lot as a character. And, oh yeah, so I guess we get this moment, like we got it with Raleigh at 1.2, and now we get it with everyone else on Shabandi. Kuma is apparently siding with the Straw Hats now, and I don't know why. I am curious as to what's gonna go happen with that, but I imagine we're not gonna get to that for a very long time. So we'll see. But yeah, this one kind of leaves us off at what's left of the world. The balance of power amongst all the different factions is basically shattered. One of the 4 emperors is dead. 3 of the 7 warlords of the sea are either dead or have fucked off. Yeah, who's left? It's Doflamingo, Bo Hancock, Kuma, and Mihawk? Yeah. Yeah, because Jinbei is fucked off, Blackbeard has betrayed everyone, and Gecko Moria is dead. Supposedly. Mihawk kind of led on that he may not be dead in his little thing with Pedora and Zoro, but we'll see how that goes. But then, of course, we get Luffy's direct challenge to the Navy of just storming the beaches of Marineford once again, and ringing a bell, and giving a moment of silence for Blackbeard, or not Black, for Whitebeard and Ace and all of the people who died there. So Luffy continues to be Luffy and just do whatever the fuck he wants. And then, of course, we get all these different shots of people reacting to the news. Kid's reaction in particular, I'm very excited to see more of him. He just seems like a fun, mean guy to interact with. Yeah, I'm very excited to see where this goes from here. I did like that one little bit near the end where, like, on the very last page of this volume, where, like, it's talking about the New World in comparison to the first half of the Grand Line, and how it talks about how everyone who set foot in the New World refers to the first half of the Grand Line as paradise, which, going back like 45 volumes or so, you're like, well, the four seas were paradise compared to the Grand Line, so the second half of the Grand Line must be a fucking nightmare. And, like, we get this shot of, like, literal, like, lightning rain. It's so fucking silly and awesome and cool. So yeah, very excited to see where it goes from here. Unfortunately, I must take a pause on my One Piece journey for now, partly because Viz pushed the release of the next box set back all the way into January, but more so because I have a lot of big video projects coming up that are going to take a lot of time to complete, and so I have to just cut this out of my schedule. So I'm not going to read any more One Piece in this time, because I want this to be my whole journey. I want this all to be on screen. But we'll come back to it eventually. Maybe I'll throw up a video or two every week or so on this channel. I'm probably going to do my summer catch-up soon, maybe. We'll see. But until then, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, and leave a comment down below about what you thought. What are your favorite moments from the rookie saga of One Piece so far, this first half of the story? I haven't thought of any off the top of my head, but I'm interested in hearing, like, what are the moments, what are the not obvious moments, like, none of, like, the big climax stuff or anything. What are some moments that you don't hear people bring up very often? I want to know what you think in the comments below. So yeah, that's it for now. My name is Ember, and I'll see you next time.